Have you ever heard a secret so shocking that it completely startled even the boldest voices? Today, we will delve into a narrative that claims to reveal a sinister side of one of the most well-known figures in modern American politics. In Day. This movie, Tucker Carlson, who is known for his strong opinions and unreserved criticism, is shown to have been stunned by a shocking revelation regarding the Obamas. Wait until the end, because what follows could change your mind about politics, power, and the truth behind the headlines. Tucker Carlson is no stranger to disputation. Over the years, he has made a name for himself as a strong conservative voice, who doesn't hesitate to challenge the political establishment and accepted wisdom. Known for his direct style and thought-provoking inquiries, Carlson has devoted his professional life to uncovering what he believes to be hidden political realities. Recent speculations claim that he has learned something unexpected that even he finds hard to believe. His bold analysis and willingness to take on the big names have defined his career. This shocking revelation, which focuses on Barack and Michelle Obama, is said to be a secret that not only reveals previously undiscovered information about their past, but also calls into question how their public persona has evolved over time. The main idea of this story is that Michelle Obama, who is often seen as a source of inspiration and optimism, might not be who she seems. She is the most oppressed person in the world, according to some, citing comments she made about being so afraid to renew her driver's license. Tucker Carlson, who has often criticized the political establishment for its use of identity politics, has not held back when it comes to his opinions on the Obamas. He has hinted in his research that the Obamas, Michelle in particular, have created a narrative that is less about their real background and more about playing the victim. Carlson argues he has been so outspoken in his criticism because this image is intentionally produced to distract criticism and win favor. According to Carlson, this conclusion about the Obamas was reached after years of careful observation and research. He has been an opponent for a long time and claims to have seen the subtle shifts in tone and policy under Barack Obama. According to Carlson, what began as a message of solidarity and hope gradually shifted to highlight divisive cultural issues. He points to the Obama administration's change in messaging during its second term, which he claims was meant to draw attention away from the change-motivating themes and toward policy flaws. Carlson argues that this shift was not the product of ideas developing organically, but rather a deliberate move orchestrated by the political elite to control the narrative and maintain power. He claims that this intentional alteration has been concealed from the public for far too long and is the dirty secret that underpins Obama's rise to power. But the secret does not end with Barack Obama. Tucker Carlson's opinion has also been critical of Michelle Obama, arguing that she is using her background and race to further an oppressive narrative. Despite her claims of oppression and marginalization, he suggests that Michelle Obama comes from a wealthy background, having attended respected universities and living a life very different from the struggles endured by the majority of Americans. Carlson observes that her lavish lifestyle and expensive possessions stand in stark contrast to the image she portrays. He believes that her carefully cultivated public persona keeps her impregnable in the eyes of the public and media, allowing her to gain sympathy and support. Carlson argues that this manipulation of identity and image goes beyond mere self-interest and is part of a larger strategy employed by powerful individuals to maintain influence over the political discourse. As you listen to this, think about how often we have seen prominent figures use their personal stories to shape public opinion and direct discourse. Tucker Carlson's claim, if true, would demonstrate that the Obamas have long been involved in a carefully considered scheme that transcends politics. It's a tale of effective public relations and a deliberate shift in focus that has greatly influenced the national dialogue. Carlson's point of view is contentious, but it forces us to consider the ways in which tales are told and the invisible forces that shape our understanding of reality. His astonished reaction is described as one of the rare times when the depth of the alleged dishonesty shocks even the most fervent critics. This narrative is made even more intriguing by Tucker Carlson's own past. His journey from a young man with a challenging upbringing to one of America's most well-known conservative voices has been filled with numerous highs and lows. Tucker grew up in a home that had its share of difficulties. Thus, his early years were marked by loss and hardship. His worldview has changed as a result of these experiences, and he is now more determined than ever to question those in positions of power. His rise in popularity is evidence of his unwavering commitment to finding the truth. After decades of journalism, he went from fact-checking to hosting his own programs. Carlson is starting a new chapter in his career with this alleged revelation about the Obamas, one that might fundamentally change how we perceive political narratives and the power of image. Many people's basic beliefs about these well-known personalities are called into question by Carlson's revelation of Obama's sinister secret. It suggests that beneath the practiced speeches and the painstakingly created images lies a web of calculated moves meant to sway public opinion and maintain control. This finding is shocking to many who have followed Tucker Carlson's work, but it is also not entirely surprising in other ways. It raises concerns about how much of what we see is genuine and how much is created for the general public, appealing to a long-standing suspicion of the political system. Anyone would be compelled to stop and think about how such a strong duo could hide behind a misrepresented public persona and a victimized facade. Remember that the purpose of this movie is not to take sides, but to depict a tale that has been creating a lot of attention in some quarters. Whether you agree with Tucker Carlson or not, the debate around Obama's secret strategy has captured the attention of many and sparked heated debates across the nation. This issue touches on the nature of power, the use of the media, and the manner in which public leaders can carefully shape reality through their rhetoric. By the end of this film, you could find yourself reevaluating some of your assumptions about political image and the forces that affect it. There are considerably more implications to this alleged secret than only defaming Barack or Michelle Obama. They hint at a broader tendency in modern politics, where image and perception are at least as important as actual policies and results. The ease with which intentional messaging may impact a nation's political discourse is both fascinating and a bit unnerving. Tucker Carlson's reaction, after being rendered incoherent, is shown as a genuine moment of dread at the possible use of these strategies. It raises the question of how much of our opinions about our leaders are based on fact, and how much are the product of a well-constructed narrative. I want you to think about how the media affects our perspectives as we draw to a close. The story from today is only a small portion of a much larger picture that pushes us to look past the headlines and take the current state of the globe into consideration. The tale of Tucker Carlson's discovery challenges us to be more critical, truth-seeking, and conscious of the fact that frequently the most shocking information is hidden in plain sight. Whether or not you agree with him, this is a topic that forces us all to examine it more closely and think about the complex problems of power, influence, and the true nature of political strategy. I'm grateful that you stayed through the entire video. This analysis of what some have called Obama's dirty secret should leave you thinking. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below regarding the impact of political propaganda and the media's role in shaping our perception of reality. Remember that every story has more than one side, and it is our responsibility to thoroughly consider them and decide what we actually believe. Keep asking questions, stay curious, and be open to discovering the true story behind the headlines.